Honestly, don't you two read?
Hey guys, and welcome to the first vlog of my Harry Potter reread series, I guess you could call it. Back in July, my family and I were supposed to go to Universal and the Wizarding World to celebrate my graduation from grad school, and COVID hit and that did not happen. So we are planning it for this July if all things go as planned. And so I thought it would be fun to try to read a Harry Potter book a month leading up until our trip in July. That being said, I have started reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone again. Got a little farther than I thought I would before I did my first update. I'm actually on chapter 8. I just finished the sorting ceremony. Just to preface this, there probably will be spoilers, but since it is a reread for me, nothing is really going to be too surprising, so I'll probably just give my thoughts as to how it is reading this series again. I've only read it a full time through once. I've seen the movies plenty, but I've read the first 3 probably 3 times, and then I've read the whole series through once. So this will be my second time rereading the entire series. So far, my thoughts on it, I love it. I love the entire Wizarding world. It is just so cozy and happy, and I love it. I genuinely get so excited talking about it. It is just something that I love. It is very near and dear to my heart. Some of it's a little funny just because it is a middle grade. I feel like it's very over the top in how the Dursleys were so mean to him. Like, they are just so awful to him, and just silly things like how Dudley gets 42 presents or whatever it is. Like, he's just so spoiled and Harry is so not, and they make him sleep under the stairs. I love when Hagrid comes and gets Harry and just brings him to Diagon Alley. Now that I've been to the Wizarding World, I think reading it, it's just so easy to picture yourself being there, because I think that the writing is very descriptive anyway, and I had seen the movies the first time I read them, but I just think having gone and experienced a lot of that stuff for myself, it's almost easier to put myself in those scenes, and it's just been fun. I have loved this reread so far. I don't know how exciting this one will be, because the first one is one that I'm very familiar with. I think that the later ones will definitely have more to talk about, but like I said, I'll probably give some spoilers, so if you don't want any, maybe go into this video with caution. That being said, I'm going to continue reading. So I just got off of work and I read a little bit on my lunch break, and so I thought I'd give my thoughts so far. I love this book. I don't know if it's because it just reminds me how much I love the world and everything, like jumping back into it, but I just think this book is so wholesome and pure, and I love it. So first, I should say I read the chapter with the troll where Harry and Ron go to warn Hermione and then she lies to get them out of trouble, and I just love that. The end of the chapter, it says, "But from that moment on, Hermione Granger became their friend. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other, and knocking out a 12-foot mountain troll is one of them." And I don't know why, that is just so cute. I love their friendship. I just love it. And there's this scene that I just think is so cute where Malfoy puts the leg blocker curse on Neville and he comes jumping in and he's embarrassed, and Hermione has to do the counter curse on him, and then Neville says, or Ron says that Neville needs to stand up to Malfoy, and then Neville says, "There's no need to tell me I'm not brave enough to be in Gryffindor. Malfoy's already done that." And then Harry gives him a chocolate frog and says, "You're worth 12 of Malfoy. The Sorting Hat chose you for Gryffindor, didn't it?" And that's just so cute. on when he tells Malfoy that he is 12 of him. Neville has a special place in my heart. He's my favorite character by far. This reread is just so good. So one scene that has never made sense to me is the scene where Harry and Hermione and Neville and Draco all get detention for being out in Hogwarts late at night, and their detention punishment is to go out in the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid, and Dumbledore says that going into the Forbidden Forest is forbidden, hence the name. And I don't get why, if being out in Hogwarts is so bad and dangerous, why they are to go do something dangerous. And yes, Hagrid's with them, but they still split up. Like, I don't get it. I think that is the dumbest punishment you could have. I mean, you're punishing something dangerous with something even more dangerous. How does that make sense? It doesn't. So I have officially finished my reread of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I loved this reread so much. I love the characters. I love the world. One thing that I do have to say I absolutely love about this book and this series is the world building. I love that it is not just one big information dump about this world that we don't really know about. I think that it is a good mix of our world as well as those magical elements of the wizarding world, and it is just so well done. It is so easy to follow, and I know that it's a middle grade, so it's not going to be any intense high fantasy or anything, but I just really think that this world is so easy to understand, at least in my opinion. It's perfectly paced and it's just really great. So that is something that I really enjoy about this series. I am going to get into my thoughts about the ending. I know I've already given away plenty of things that happen in the book, but if you do not want to know the very ending, then stop watching. First, I have to say that even after seeing the movie multiple times and reading this first book a few times, it gives me that feeling of shock every single time I find out that it's Quirrell that's trying to get the stone. I mean, I know it's coming. It's not like it actually surprises me, but it just takes me back to that first time when I read the book and I saw the movie and finding out that it was him. I don't know, just each time it reminds me of that Vine where the guys are like, oh. Because it's just, you're not expecting it. He is a prominent character in this story, but I feel like he's so easily forgotten, and we're so focused in on Snape that I 100% fell for the whole Snape is the bad guy in this book. Do you guys hear that dog? Also, when Neville gets the winning points in Gryffindor for being brave, a moment please. I just love that Neville had such a hard time standing up for himself, and he stood up to his friends, and as Dumbledore says, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much as to stand up to our friends. I love Neville Longbottom. I think he is just the best character. He's so good. I think the characters are so well done in this book, and I think that everybody can relate to a character in one way or the other. And that's one thing that I'm really excited about in this reread, is getting to see all of the characters grow as, you know, new situations arise and we find out more about them and their families, and just it is just such a great series. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but just the first book I think makes me realize how great the rest of the series is, and I'm just getting so excited for everything that I'm going to be reading. Also, I wanted to say that I didn't know beforehand that Zahar over at Basically Bookish Reads is doing a read-along to the entire Harry Potter series. So I will be reading a book a month and then probably posting the vlog at the end of the month. If you haven't read the Harry Potter series or you are interested in rereading it, she has an entire read-along planned, and so it is much more organized than just my little vlogs I'm doing. I don't really have a set schedule for this besides reading a book a month, and so if you would like more of a set schedule of reading and then hearing her thoughts, I will link her channel down below. So that is basically all for me. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on my endeavors of reading the first Harry Potter. Next, I will be reading The Chamber of Secrets, so that vlog should be coming out at the end of February if everything goes as planned. If you guys liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!